Welcome to Labor Day camping. Today we're going to be loading up the boats, campers, trucks, and so much more. But we first got to get set up, so I'll see you at the dealership. Well, good morning. Today is the day we're going for the final summer holiday weekend, and Labor Day is the closing one. So we are going out with a bang. We're bringing everything along that we own, and we've even got some new stuff. So let me show you guys around. Before we get heading over to the barge, we are going to Freedom Island again. That's right. I also need to change out my outfit. There we go. That matches more with our theme today. So as you guys can see, we've got the camper, a new truck, and a Bugatti. So this is going to be our land division for the weekend, the fun side on the land. And then we got to go get the boats loaded on some trailers. We've got a new cigarette Top Gun 39, which is a high performance race boat. So we're going to bring along that. And then we're also going to bring along the 53. So we're bringing two boats along because they're different and they're both fun. So guys, let's go ahead. We're going to grab the forklift. We got to get some of the trailers ready to go in the water, pull these things out, and then we can get on the road. All right, here we go, boys. So for the 53, we got to use the hoist to get it out of the water. You guys know that. If you haven't seen our new boat dealership, you should go check it out. We've already dropped like 4 episodes on it. It's been pretty awesome. We sold some boats at our grand opening, but we are closed for the next 3 days because I want to go have some fun. So we've been working hard, and that's actually what Labor Day is all about, is honoring the workforce of America. And I think we're doing just that. We're working very hard at the new prop shop Marine. So like I said, we're taking the next 3 days off to have some fun. All right, we got this thing lined up perfectly. So we're going to head down to the dock so we can check out the new boat as well. The cigarette boat. Check this thing out, guys. So this is an epic wrap. So this is the 39 Top Gun Unlimited Edition. I think that means it's got some crazy engine upgrade, but those are the props. Pretty crazy. And then the outdrives, they lower down for a little bit more performance. You can trim them out, get some more speed, and then check out the interior. Got some like purple going on. It's a cool package. You don't really see this cool of a wrap on like a boat like this, but for a high performance race boat, this thing is all you need. And then another cool thing is it's got a little cabin down there. Check it out. You can see there's just some seating. We opened up this little step that goes up to the top deck, but we got some seats down there, and that's all about it. And I think there's a V berth in the front, so you can sleep on it, but it's probably not recommended. So anyhow, first thing, we got to grab the 53. This is our holiday edition. It's got the red, the blue, the America theme, so it's pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and fire this thing up. There we go. Engine 1, 2, 3, and 4 is good to go. All right, guys, this thing is ready to rock. We are so full of fuel on this, so should have no problem with that. It's gonna be a little heavy on the trailer, but that's all right. It's about 1,000 gallons of fuel, so $5,000 to fill this thing up. All right, so we got this boat set pretty good. We're gonna drop the straps down just a little more. The hoist has got to come back to that point. I don't know who left it all the way up there. We got the boat good, so let's jump in the hoist and I'll get this thing lifted out of the air. All right, the nice thing is you just drive right under the boat. Look at this, and then we can pick it up. All right, looks good, boys. Let's go ahead and drive this thing forward straight onto the trailer. You guys know the roll. That was pretty quick though. We're getting pretty good with maneuvering this hoist, getting positioned correctly. You kind of know where the boat needs to sit, and then you're just straight up in the air. So let's go ahead, wait till we're at the back of the trailer. Yeah, right there looks good, boys. All right, let's start lowering the hydraulics on this thing. There we go. Looks good. Set it right on the trailer. All right, perfect. Let's pull the straps. We'll get this thing good to go. All right, boys, we got the boat here. So the boat is going to be towed by the 450 because we need a lot of power. This thing's close to 45,000 pounds. So we're going to get it positioned right out the front door, and then antennas need to come down just for the barge. So we'll lower those down. Looks good there. All right, set that, and then we're going to go grab this trailer for the 39 Top Gun. We can use the boat ramp for that, though. We don't need to use the hoist again. This thing's, I think, only 12,000 pounds, so definitely a lot lighter than the 53, but we're going to get this thing pulled over to the ramp. So for the 39, we've got a triple axle trailer. Actually works pretty good with the weight distribution, and this thing tows really well, too, because like I said, it's not too heavy, and we're actually going to hook it up to the back of the camper, so that's how it's going to get there. It's pretty crazy. We got a lot of moving parts, but we need to get everything to Freedom Island because we want to use all these vehicles this weekend. So nice thing is we get the private barge. We can move everything over there in one go. But anyhow, let's fire this thing up and see how it sounds. All right, boys, let's fire this thing up. Let's see what it sounds like. Engine 1, engine 2. There we go. We're running. Oh my gosh, this thing sounds mean. Okay, so far so good. So let's get it over to the ramp. We're gonna go ahead and get this on the trailer. You can see this thing is ready to take off. This is gonna be our high-speed boat for the weekend. So all right, let's load this thing on the trailer. Looks good. Straighten it out. We're also gonna drop the outdrives down just like that, get a little bit more maneuvering out of it. And this boat's gonna be in GTA 6, I'm pretty sure. We saw it in trailer 1, so look out for this thing in about 9 months. All right, boys, we got the cigarette boat here, so let's pull it out of the water. It's actually pretty heavy. What's the forklift struggling for? There we go. Lift it up a little bit or lower it. Let's see. We might have to raise it up in a second. Ready? 3, 2, 1. There we go. Almost clear. All right, perfect. So this one's getting lined up with the camper. So let's go ahead and park it next to the 53, and then we'll be able to back that up real easily. All right, boys, the Ford is good to go with the 53. So we're going to jump in our GMC AT4X. This is the truck pulling the camper, and the boat should be strong enough. It's about 16,000 pounds total weight, so we don't need a dually or anything. There we go. We got this thing running the Bugatti. All right, let's get this thing situated around. We got to back up. Oh my gosh, this GMC's got a lot of power. And right there looks good. All right, we're hooked up to the boat. We're going to get heading over to the barge. I heard it is here, so we can get the first setup that we've got right now over there, and then we're going to come back for the Ford pickup and then the HGV. So that's the game plan, guys. So far, so good. We're moving good. Look at this thing. This is a sick setup. Never had a race boat like this, so I'm looking forward to the weekend, and I'm looking forward to visiting Freedom Island. It's been a couple months. Okay, boys, we have arrived. So let's get this loaded up. You guys know the game plan. We got to save one half of the side for the other setup. So let's steer to the left as much as we can. There we go. We're going to need all the space we can get, boys. All right, right there looks good. We should be able to fit the other boat. And we are right at the front of this barge. So let's go ahead and kill the truck. All right, perfect. And then, like you guys know, the 53 will go right here. And then the Bugatti can go on the back. That's the game plan, guys. Let's go back for the Ford, and we'll trailer that thing on over. Here she is, boys. The 53, looking good. All right, this is definitely a boat we always have to bring along. We have to have an ocean boat because you guys know we like to explore. So we'll probably head out into the open ocean, maybe go explore. There's some nearby ships and stuff, so maybe we'll race out there and see if we can catch them. But that's the game plan, guys. Let's see how this thing fits on the barge here. It's definitely a lot more weight than the 4th of July trip, but that's all right. We're going big with this one. We're going out with a bang, like we said, because this is the last summer camping trip. So, okay, there we go. Looks good. Straight through. Crank it left. This thing trailer behind perfectly. Okay, we got this loaded on, and we've also got the perfect amount of space in the back for the Bugatti. So let's go grab the Bugatti. We'll park it right here, and then we'll get on the road. Ocean. Okay, we can't forget the four-wheeler. We put that in the front of the boat, and then the Bugatti is good, guys. So I think we're going to close it up and set sail. So, all right, guys, officially let the weekend begin as we pull away from the mainland dock and head towards Freedom Island. We'll be there in about 5 minutes. This thing is the high-speed ferry. Jeez, somebody wants to go boating. Anyhow, see you guys when we're pulling in. We'll get the stuff shuffled towards our campground for the weekend. We are approaching Freedom Island, boys. Here we go. So we're going to take the boat over first to our campground, and then we're going to bring over our camper and everything. So, all right, we're pulling in, boys. Fire up the truck. Get this thing running, and then as soon as they let us clear the gate, we'll be good to go. Let's roll, boys. Look at that. Very smooth way over here. We didn't have any issues. Everything steamed pretty good. Nothing fell off. So, all right, we're heading up the hill. You guys know the deal. For those that didn't see our 4th of July trip, this is the best camping spot in the world. We have actually discovered this recently. We came here for 4th of July and Memorial Day, I'm pretty sure. So we've had definitely a lot of fun so far this summer season. But unfortunately, you can't come here in the winter because it's just snow. So we'll get the use out of it in the summertime, and then we could come back in the winter. It's just not as fun. You know, it's more fun with the boats and stuff, but we could bring snowmobiles maybe here. Oh, I hate to hear the word snow. I just want a boat all year round. Well, we could if we moved to Florida, but all right, guys, we're pulling in here, and let's see what this thing looks like. Hopefully it's still intact. All right, boys, look at this. The flags look good so far. The concrete looks good. It's been a couple months. Let's make sure everything's in good condition. We had the pool guy come and clean the pool, so that should be good for us too. And everything else looks good. They've been taking care of the landscaping. All right, good to see. So the boat gets parked over in the boat parking spot right over here. So let's park it, and then we can check everything else out. So, oh yeah, that pool looks brand new. It gets used 3 times a year, but hey, that looks nice. Even got the floaty all inflated again. Perfect. I'll be using that later. So we got our grill, and then we got the view of the ocean side. You can almost see part of it just over the ridge there. Look at that. So we got our dock down there, and there's also a new gas station we're going to get some fuel and some donuts at. So let's go grab the next setup, and then we'll probably head down to the water, and we'll try and chase down that cargo ship. All right, we made it all in one piece. The last setup is arriving. Yep, there's the boat. It's always the nicest feeling once we finally get here, and we're almost set up. We just got to get the camper positioned, and then we'll drop the boat over here. There we go. Boat is dropped, so let's get the camper set over by the nice view over here. Get the fold-outs out, and welcome to Labor Day camping. All right, we can officially begin as the awning folds out. Very nice. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm pretty much ready to start having fun as soon as we eat lunch. We got to hit the subscribe button first. Boom. All right, hit that, and then we're going to cook up some lunch on the grill here, kind of get acclimated, and then we're going to take the boat down there, get those launched. That's the next game plan on the list. So see you guys when we're done eating. We'll head down to the dock. All right, we had lunch. It was good. We were fueled up, and this might be a little bit too much weight for the four-wheeler, but that's all right. This thing's upgraded. We got the cigarette. This is going to be the first boat going down to the marina, and then we'll come back for the 450. But yeah, this actually is towing it pretty good. This thing's upgraded too. It's not stock, so it definitely wouldn't be able to pull it if it was the stock. We're doing 50. Man, this thing actually is powerful. Boat's sitting pretty good on the trailer. I'm excited to get this thing running for the weekend. It's something new and something different, so it'll be a good time. See you guys when we get bowling in. We're going to get some fuel like we said. Both boats, actually the 53 is good. This one needs fuel, so we'll do that first before we launch it. Makes it a little easier, and then we'll be good to come back for the second boat. All right, here we are. So they put in a new Circle K gas station. Looks pretty nice. They got a Dunkin' Donuts attached to it. Like I said, we're getting donuts, so let's pull in with this cigarette boat. It's got a fuel fills on both sides, so it really doesn't matter. So right there should be good. We'll put some 93 premium. This thing's got some souped up motors, so we'll put the highest quality we can. All right, fuel fill is right here. There we go. All right, we're gonna get this thing fueled up, head inside, see if we can find anything cool. All right, what do we got? Oh, we got the candy aisle. Okay, not really interested in that, but oh, okay, some chips. We're gonna need some chips for the weekend. What would you guys pick? I'm gonna take some Sun chips. And you know what? Swedish fish. Why not? We're on the water, boys. Let's grab some Swedish fish. That's actually a pretty good combo there. And then we said some donuts, so we'll grab a couple of donuts. Double sprinkle. Hello, ma'am. How's it going? Happy Labor Day weekend. Yep, that's all for me. Thank you very much. Take care. All right, well, she was nice. So we got our donuts, we got our Swedish fish, and we got our fuel. So let's go ahead and get this boat launched in the water. Boat ramp is literally right next to it. Makes it so much more convenient. So let's back this thing up and get it launched in the water. Here we go, boys. This is actually going pretty good so far. We got the freedom flags on the dock and straight down the ramp. Here we go. In the water. All right, perfect. Boat is disconnected, so we can jump on. Got it running here. Oh yeah, this thing sounds good. All right, backing up at high speed. Let's take it for a little bit of a rip before we go back for the second boat. But yeah, this thing, look at that, rides high. On the bow, you can see as soon as you get on plane, and then it'll level out. So we're doing 85 right now, which is pretty fast. This thing's moving. We'll trim the outdrives up. We'll get about 100. Okay, that's 100. And let's slow it down and spin it around. All right, very cool. Let's get it docked up. Let's go grab the other boat. All right, the boat of all boats has made it down to the marina. So we are full fuel, like we said. So we'll back it straight down in the water. And we'll get this thing ready to roll. No prep needed. Just straight back in the water. And splash. There we go, boys. Winch is disconnected. Let's jump on. We actually just jump on the front here. Engines are in the water. We'll get it running. There we go. Antennas we got to put up, though. Oh yeah, this thing sounds mean, boys. So while we're on the boat, we're gonna go take it for our annual Labor Day spin. We're not gonna waste any time. Today is boating day, and we're gonna head out and see if we can find that cargo ship. Oh, there it is. Didn't move very much. Those things go about 10 knots. So let's cruise out there, check it out, and then we'll fly back in for a little dinner and maybe a splash in the pool. Here's a view from up top, though, guys. Everything's running good. We got the radar spinning. This thing is called the Fellowship. Very nice. All right. Looks like they're transporting containers and stuff. So they're from Port Barley. Man, they're moving at like 3 miles an hour. All right, pretty nice. Looks like they're just moving some cargo. It looks kind of empty right now. Well, that was good. We cruised by pretty fast. Look at this thing go, boys. I think what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna cruise back to the boat dealership, because that's actually a good place to kind of hang around on the boat, but it's over just near the cove. So you guys saw the route we took over on the barge. So we're gonna cruise back, and we're gonna be able to check out what it looks like as we drive by the dealership. So let's head back into this other portion of the ocean, and we'll be able to check it out. We're cruising at 64 miles per hour. This is not even wide open. We can push it to a 70, but man, this boat is doing good. We're burning 150 gallons of gas an hour. That's a lot of fuel. All right, I bumped it down to 5,000 RPM, so we're doing 59 miles an hour right now. And you guys can see now we're burning 99 gallons, so we're going to be saving 50 gallons of fuel burn per hour. So actually, that's a perfect stat. It's kind of cruising around that 58, 59 mile per hour mark, but you want good fuel efficiency too, because it will burn through our whole tank of fuel in a matter of hours. So yeah, we want to maintain our fuel for the weekend, and we're approaching the boat dealership, so we'll be able to check it out from the water side. I can see the police station, but the boat dealership is just over here. That's actually pretty nice. If we ever needed to come back and grab something, we can kind of just cruise back. There it is. Looks good, boys. Prop shop. All right, I'm proud to be the owner of that place. Well, guys, let's cruise on back, and I think we'll take a little splash in our pool at Freedom Island. All right, guys, we're approaching the dock, so you guys get to see my dock job after a long day on the water. Let's see how we do. We're gonna be backing again the middle slip right there, so let's spin it around. You guys know the deal. And I've got my backup camera. Look at that. All right, this should go pretty smooth. There we go. Look at that. All right, guys, well, what a fun day on the water. We're gonna head on back like we said. The boats are gonna stay here at the marina because we're gonna come back boating tomorrow. So let's jump in the truck. We'll head back up to the campground and hang out on the land. Okay, we made it back. I forgot we bought a Bugatti. That's pretty hard to forget, but we still got that thing here. It's honestly not that fun to me. I have more fun just cruising around on the boats. So, all right, well, let's jump in the pool, boys. Here we go. Cannonball. There we go. Oh, we're swimming too. Look at that. Very nice. That feels good being back at Freedom Island. All right, guys. Well, to end it out, I say we jump in the Bugatti. Oh, this thing sounds pretty cool. All right, I might actually like this car. What do we got? A little frunk, and then we got some doors that open. Oh, we can rev it up too. Okay, it sounds good. All right, let's take it on the road, or whatever road we've got. Oh, this is nice. I take back whatever I said. This thing actually is different than most supercars. It handles so good. It's smooth. Very cool. All right, guys. Well, that's going to pretty much conclude our Labor Day camping trip. I hope you guys did enjoy the summer series of us going for the holidays. So we are going to be continuing the boat dealership series. So the summer's not over yet. It's just the holidays are over for the summer. Guys, I hope you did enjoy. If you want to see more boat dealership stuff, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe so you guys don't miss out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.